Thank you very much. That's a retired director of nursing, director of nursing, we are Abia State University Teaching Hospital, Aba. Do you have shelter? So we are going to call another person, a renowned pharmacist from Reference Hospital, Enugu, in the person of Mrs. Noye Okafo, coming up. Please, you're coming out.
The chairman of the company, with his mentor, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to this section I'm now presenting. The presenters before me have said it all, yet I still have a place because the retired nursing director made it clear, has given me something to say. When she said that she was given a drug, she never knew the name, and she took it and reacted. Well, as you have been hearing, the same product, the principle behind it is the same, because the objective of the company remains health promotion, meaning whenever you use the same product, you will be promoting your own good health and well-being. And when you stretch your hand and let another know about it, in marketing, in detailing, you are wishing the fellow well. You are only promoting good health and well-being of your neighbor. And that is the main thing we are here, plus the business aspect of it. What I'm holding is measuring cylinder. Let me let everybody know about it, because I'm about to dwell extensively on decent animal wellness solution, and that is the acronym DAOs. I hope you all know about it. It's a patent drug, and this is the time it's supposed to be a household name, so that by the time we all know what it's all about, because we will know in future, everything will be comparing to DAOs for livestock, poultry, wellness, and then under it we'll go through those items written down there. And then somebody may wonder, health promotion of man, now we are talking about animal wellness. Has the company derailed? What do you think? Is the company still on focus? I tell, I'm not even waiting for you to answer me. The company is on focus because the livestock we rear, the poultry, the egg they drop, at the end of the day ends up on your table and you eat it. So the company is drawing your attention. It matters what you use to rear those birds you are eating, to be sure you are not taking an unknown drugs. That is why we are still on health promotion. So under inherent properties of DAOs, we found out that it has antimicrobial property. Anti means against, microbial is against microorganism, or you say anti-effective, against infection, which may be bacteria, antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. Let me leave it there because people have spoken a lot about it, but I'll keep coming back to it. It's even on the level like that. And then I also realized that it boosts immunity. Talking about immunity, the immunity here is the humoral now, not the skin, not the inflammation as the nurse told us, no. It's your body, the T lymphocyte coming up, antigen, antibody. And the immunity, this immunity is so important that on our own, we vaccinate to confer immunity. We go for it, and we go for vaccination. And sometimes we run into vaccination failure because of chaotic drug distribution in the country. The cold chain has been broken somewhere, and then nothing is done, because if you run into vaccination failure, you've not added anything. Worse still, you might have ended up introducing disease in your farm for venturing to do that. I hope you are following me. Then if you see the birds on DAOs, you find out that their skin, looking at their skin, is reddish in color, telling the quality of blood, because immune system is a thing of blood. The nurse has been talking about the immune system. You know, at the beginning, Lieutenant Colonel was introduced. That's something to do with army. If there's problem now in the country, the first batch of armed forces that will go there will be the Air Force. They will devastate, they will do a lot of havoc, and yet the war is not won. It takes the 10-feet soldier to map up. That is what the immunity is doing, the importance of it. It must be high enough to map up. If you think of HIV, I beg your pardon, I say something now in a local language to bring out the beauty of it. Somebody in Igbo, tell me what is HIV? Pardon? Thank you very much. What does that mean? The disease ends in the grave because of no immunity. There's no way out. It's not the antiviral. It will only bring down the load of the organism for the immunity to mop up. When it fails to mop up, it ends up in the grave. That explains it all. Obrina Jocha. Then we find out that when you take it, they have been saying it. You know, the principle is the same. As you find in Olome energizing, that is what it is with those birds. They will be flying and running. You never can tell agriculture runs until you find one with dows. It will even fly. In their local habitat, don't they? They run and they fly. But when they are confined in a place, it's something else and giving something. You know, even their feed, there is nothing in the feed now. The foreign feed. And then we find out that this rapid growth, within 2 weeks, their combs are even out. You find it there, anti-stress, antioxidant. A lot has been spoken here, but let me talk about one pharmacist. One pharmacist. That was the first thing that entered my mouth. He came into my institution to market his products, and then he said he had been coming, but unfortunately, I had that problem. I could not recognize him, and he didn't take it lightly. He meant business. He said so many things, how he was there last 2007, and he was coming 2014, and said 5 years back, madam, I met you, even now you are just as I met you that day. Nothing. I said, you don't change, you've not aged, and all that. So he said so many things about office practice and where people were then. I was cracking my brain to recall. It was still hard. Then suddenly the young man started, madam, you know, we hardly get enough antioxidants from the food we eat. So he's holding one. He's about to market. I just said, please, this is antioxidant. Have you been taking it? He said, yes. I said, even today, this morning, did you take it? He said, yes. I said, then I should be marketing mine. He said, madam, you have something? I said, yes. And that was decent to Olome. I brought it quickly from my bag and with the decent ointment. He read through the Olome. He quickly gave it back to me. I said, what's the problem? Have you forgotten the word of pine oil? He said, no, just hold it. And then he picked the ointment. He said, how much is this one? I said, 1.5. I said, why is it you are in love with this ointment? Is it because of Elio? He never answered. Because I reminded, I said, you made a compliment that I have not aged. And he had really aged, just a little younger than my daddy. And he has antioxidant he's selling. Who's having antioxidant? If not me, we've been talking about marketing. You market it. There's a way it was the last speaker said about it. You market it by how you comport yourself. Everything about you. You don't even need to say anything. And then we assure survival, no casualty. When I go out with my dogs, that's what I said. With this, there is no casualty. It's not accepted. Even when the one farm manager wanted to be funny. Hey, madam, this died. This number. Chair, I told you over the phone. 80 died. I said, no. When you called me, you said 2 died. After a while, I called him. I said, come. What is the disease in your family? I want to know. All this die until die. I said, is it not life? Life can just quench. I said, no. We don't actually entertain that. You know I'm coming from a hospital. We do autopsy. So what is the disease in the farm? He stopped that. I said, let us move correctly and get to the end of the day. And we did. And then that anti-stress, I will go back to that place because that's the man too. We were just going on, no wahala. And that was a notorious farm I stepped into, I didn't know. When I started referring people, talking about it, it was like you're a mad woman to have gone there. Even the environment, the farm was built for grass cutter, rearing. So somehow, the man now saw people were making money with poultry, and then started to do certain things, holes here and hole there. It's just horrible. One day like that, after seeing those birds, I kept going there. When I supply doors, I don't leave it. I don't leave it just like that. I don't forget the fellow. I follow till the end. So that when you start telling me your stories, I know. Because I know only one thing is required. Just hygiene, basic hygiene, not more. And then the dowels every day. Don't confuse it with what you saw earlier, saying 2 weeks. No. For prevention, it's every day. Now, at the beginning, the man was giving it every other day. That was really what I said. He was giving it every other day. Then suddenly, he had problem in the farm. He called me. I said, birds are dying now. I said, what happened? He said he could not say. I said, anyhow, double dose for now. Then later on, he called back. He said he had found out what happened. That he went to the production section, because there is a big company. They have so many subsidiaries. And then he found that the production manager was using expired lysine to make the feed. No, malnourished. It was what was killing they were malnourished. Kwashiorkor feed that they had. And the rest of the farm that used that batch, every bird died. That was the first thing that struck him. He said, that he lost something evil happened. But not all. He had a lot. Even at the end of everything, he only lost less than 15%. Because I took good record of what was happening in his farm. Even I would just go to a pen and say, how many are here? He would tell me. And so, when that happened, we found out that DAOs, we are talking about anti-stress. You have antioxidant there. What it helped, how it helped him, that he had his bells when others lost completely. And then we find out that it is also nutritious. It's a food supplement. You have there Olome TPN. Olome in the sense that that's the one we can easily understood because it has something to do with us. Most of us have used it. And today they are saying TPN is total parenteral nutrition. They are saying that people are malnourished even in the world. You eat, even as you are eating, but are you assimilating? What about that? But this product, the decent products, they have been extracted. The nutrients is just what is entering your system. Your system isn't really going to work hard anymore. Next slide. Then what's the mode of administration? Simple dilution of DAOs in drinking water. Depending on what volume is the birds now taking, then whatever it is, that's where this one comes into play. I used to give them this for people that have a small farm. This is just 100 mils. For large farm, I do give up to 1 liter. I give it because I don't want them to stumble. Just take it as you take DAOs. I don't charge. Now, continuous uses of DAOs. What for? For prophylaxis, which we call prevention, to ensure disease-free farm. You already know how it will be disease-free. It will bring down the load. It wouldn't allow that microorganism to live. At the same time, it boosts immunity that is mopping it up. And then it's going to promote same growth rates. And then it will prevent stunted growth, knowing that whenever you have multiple things, the next thing is what? Survival of the fittest. That lousy one, whenever it crawls to the drinking trough, what will it take? It will take DAOs, and DAOs will work on him, what he has done on others. So you hardly will see stunted growth. You are going to pack everything out at the center. So what's the dose now for prophylaxis? Add a bottle of 500 ml of DAOs into 200 liters of water. They take it every day. For prevention, you have to use decent Olome on daily basis for your own prevention. If they will inhale and we ingest microorganisms and even carcinogenic substances. So you cannot say you are well until you are sick, you use these things. So continuous uses. Now, another use is for treatment of all farm diseases. Whatever the disease is, not even bother what they call it, whether they call it Newcastle, Costicodor, just don't worry. All that you know, is it bacteria? What is the microorganism? If you know the microorganism, I came to that spot and said, what is the microorganism? Is it bacteria? That will take care of it. Is it fungi? That will take care of it. If it's viral, that will take care of it. So there's no point cramming what they are saying. And then for the treatment now, the dose is double concentration of normal dose for prophylaxis daily till infection stops. Now it's a bottle of 500 ml going into 100 liters of water instead of 200 liters of water. And farmers will start crying, it's expensive, because we are now on double dose. So why exclusive use of DAOs? To promote good health, because we are going to have nutritious meat, nutritious eggs, poison-free meat, poison-free eggs. You've been told drugs are poisons. You know what those livestock, poultry, what they take in is also in their flesh. And when you eat what you rear them with. So that is why we are saying, don't go and do your vaccination. Don't go and bring all sorts of tablets and join. So that you get poison-free meat, poison-free eggs. And then you know that what you are taking is nutritious to you. And then it's also going to prevent hypersensitivity reaction, which we call allergy, because of drug molecules in meat and eggs. I was in salon some time back, and a woman was complaining about her 5-year-old daughter. Now and then her body will swell up. She will start itching. She will take her to hospital. The doctor only said it's allergic reaction. I said, oh, madam, it sounds like hypersensitivity reaction. He said, yeah, that was what the doctor said. But what is causing? I said, you should answer that. You are the one feeding this girl. She said, no, she cannot think of it. I said, okay, let me help you. It has something to do with protein. She said, no, we hardly cook beans. We hardly eat beans. I said, did you change milk? She said, it has started, then she now changed. It was a hard one. But looking at her, you understand they are on eggs and chicken. And that is where it came from. Then it will also help us to prevent antimicrobial resistance in human infectious disease states, because pre-exposure of suboptimal doses in meat and eggs. What are we saying? The dose you add there to make sure your livestock or poultry liver is even smaller than what an infant will take. And so when a man now eats the little in the meat or in the egg, or already the microorganism is now getting adapted to it, because they are also living things. There is a quality that we should all adapt to our environment. But when then sickness comes, there is no simple drug to help you. You will now need more toxic substances. In Nigeria today, ampicillin is written off. But it's a wonderful drug outside, being aminopenicillin. But WHO said in Nigeria, do not use it alone. It's gone. So above all, it will help us to avoid cross-resistance to DAOs. You miss this, you miss it. They're already used to what is around. So don't allow that. They will soon preach to you. You are the distributor. If you don't know it, they will preach to you and confuse you. Because I have a caterer who rears birds for hobby. The caterer of my institution, well, I talked to her. She came for carton. I said, what do you want carton for? She said she wants to rear. I said, no, I have something you will use. You don't need to vaccinate. You don't need any. Just be given. I gave her with this measuring cylinder, and she was happy. She started. Along the way, somebody said, no, that thing is like multivitamin. You still need to do those things. And she told me. She had already done it. I cut off as it were. After a long while, I decided to pay her a visit. She said, as Adada was in, she went and bought fresh birds, and they're on DAOs only, that they're into their 6 weeks. I said, since then, any wahala with them? She said no, that she's beginning to see how agile and everything is, that she didn't want to tell the other fellow. let her just follow what I had said, because she saw that she really hurt me that day. She told me that she had to, after a while, go back to vaccinate and all that. So we come now to Dow's meat. We are using Dow's to get what? Dow's meat, which is real nutritious meat. Why? It is disease-free, you all know how, and it is poison-free, and you are going to get large-size organ meat. You know, it's in organ that the nutrients are well concentrated. You have the liver lobe, the kidney, the gizzard, and yet the gallbladder is very tiny, showing that it has nothing to do with cholesterol. So the diamond product Dow's, the all-sufficient Dow's, no missing required, the broad-spectrum antimicrobial Dow's that cut across diverse microorganisms and their various species, antiviral, antifungal, and antibacterial against the cocci. Somebody's called pneumococcus. That's just a singular of cocci. Coccus, staphylococcus. We are all familiar with that name. And then the bacilli and anaerobe, they are just species of bacteria. It cut across, this same product, cut across all of them, plus that of fungi and the virus. Then we are saying exclusive use for nutritious meat, nutritious egg, poison-free meat, poison-free egg. So shall we all say Dow's, only Dow's 5 times? Dow's, only Dow's, only Dow's, only Dow's, only Dow's, only Dow's. Some of us are eating, and some of us are looking at me and smiling. Now, this parsley meat, so much has been said. I'll just go down, not to bore nobody anyway. It's this decent health food, superfood. What does that mean? It has micronutrients that is jam-packed. If you know how they used to, those transporters used to pack human beings until road safety woke up to reality. That is what it is. Health food. Health food. But you still need to eat your food. You know, somebody was saying, when you take, you know something has happened to you. Sure enough, taking care of diabetes, sure, because you have early satiety. You will not go and eat rubbish the much you used to. And you will not even be hungry as easily as. And then we say it has, because it's parsley leaf and ginger rhizome, it has good source of fiber. We talk of detoxification. You have olome there, the skin pores. It helps the body's natural cleansing process by promoting elimination through the intestine, kidney, lymph, lungs, and skin, improving circulation of the blood, refueling the body with healthy nutrients, stimulating the liver to drive toxins from the body. That's the glutathione from vitamin C. You know, something like vitamin C is not stored in the body because it is water soluble. You have to eat it. Take enough for your body every day. And that's what we are saying. When you are taking parsley meat, you know what you are doing. And then it is in such a state that your body takes it up. Like I said, you may take all those things, but at the end of the day, nothing is assimilated. You've taken nothing at the end of the day. So we find out that it's powerful antioxidant. We are together now. It boosts immune system. It improves reproductive health because it contains calcium and iron. It lowers cholesterol, promotes healthy lipid profile. It lowers blood pressure. It lowers blood sugar to normal range. There is this man I know that has diabetic problem. It was when he was diagnosed, I learned it was up to 800. That's his FBS, very, very high. Initially, I thought that I was told 600. I said, no, that it was from 800 to 600. That's on insulin. And the thing kept swinging until if you get to the man's bed, he will tell you, he's just swinging on his own. He go up, he go down. I said, no. You are the yoga. It's what you eat. If you want it up, it just respects you. If you want it down, it respects you. And somehow he told a story like that. How it was so, by the time he started using parsley meat, it came to 80-something. So that was it. The man wound was healed and he was discharged. Otherwise, it was, even with Olome and all that, because his diet had been a real problem. But Parsley Mist took care of it. There was one lady that almost said, after everything, I said, do not pay me, I'm coming back for that money. I want this thing to go, because she swore nothing will move it. Then when I came, she had looked at me and looked at me, you are just like a responsible mother and all that. Now look at my face, it did not move. I said, what? Did you really use it? He said, you use it. I said, a minute. I went and brought another one. I said, this one you will not pay, because I haven't received this kind of report before. You will not pay, but that first one you must pay. When I returned again, he said, it has cleared, but it's not as smooth as mine. I said, if you keep using it, it will come to that spot. So you have areas you can market it. And we found that the company, Onel Change Nigeria Enterprise Limited, has even single-handedly, at the beginning of what they set to do, because they just started last year, 2015, till 2030, had even almost achieved all. What does that mean? You have places to take your product if you know what you are doing. Do I need to go through that SDG 17 that says partnership for the goals? You are made a partner to achieve sustainable development goals. That is what the entire world is looking out for, and it is here with decent products. Thank you.
You appreciate her? Yes, I know you appreciate her. Amen. That's something. We'll bring somebody, retired personnel from Reference Hospital, Kaduna. That is the Army Reference Hospital. In the person of a phytotherapist, Joseph Nzedebu, to come forward and speak to you. Do you appreciate him?
The CEO and his mentor, his daddy. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard all these. The three speakers went through economic values and also medical values. But I will tend to dwell on medical values in human beings, not animals nor birds. I want to concentrate on that. So, now, this is the central nervous system. The brain, and then the spinal cord. It is the central nervous system. And the outlets you see here, not the ribs yet, but you can see some other projections that come to the legs. Those are the supplies from the pelvic girdle down the legs and to the arms. Now, I would like you to bear this picture in mind as I speak. What am I trying to bring to you? I want to bring to you the greatness of using Olome and Decent Ointment. You see, everything you do comes from the brain. If you want to speak, it comes from the brain. If you want to move, it comes from the brain. You see that the cord is connected to the brain. Okay? Now, apart from the fact that they are connected, you can move around. You can move around, you can speak, you can go to toilet, you can urinate at will. Not that at will, but something tells you from inside that it's time for you to urinate. You don't have that control over it. You don't. You don't have control over it. And that is where in the brain you have the reticular formation. We are not pinpointing it there. This is for you to bear this in mind when I come to establish the cases that have been treated by Decent Olome and Decent Ointment. Here is another example of a synaptic junction. Okay? What is the problem? If you go to hospital, all they do there in the hospital is give you biochemistry or pharmacology chemical. Okay? Let's take, for example, the ulcer of your stomach. If you say you complain to the doctor and say, I have stomach pain, all he does is just prescribes an antacid for you, which when you swallow, it goes straight to the stomach and neutralize the acid. But he does not take cognizance of the fact that that is not exactly the cause of it. Your stomach is producing acid because there is a problem somewhere. How do you find the problem? There is no stethoscope. There is no radiology that will tell you that what causes stomach ulcer. They just know that acid has been produced and it's causing you a problem in your stomach. That is all they do. What am I trying to drive to you? That is what conventional hospitals do. They give you chemistry. And chemistry does not take beyond chemistry. And that's all. Okay. This is a stroke case. Okay, it happened. And when a stroke case happens, it happens either on the left, or on the right, or on the left. And when it happens on the left, your whole arm and leg on the left half of your body is gone. Okay? I come to, you bear that in mind too, what I've just said, because I'm coming to the real thing. Here it is. The next thing is there is something they call Wallerian degeneration. Once it happens here, all the connections from the brain to the legs, to your toes, they degenerate. And it is called Wallerian degeneration. And when it is degenerating, what do you give to regenerate it? That's where Olome and Decent Ointment they come into play. Now, in the hospital, they may give you a Biko to be drinking, which is not even from a natural source. It's a synthetic thing from a factory. A clever white man went and studied the molecules of vitamin B complex from nature and then produced his own in the factory. It will not do you anything. A patient from my area, when I was in 44, he had HIV. The two legs. HIV can attack anywhere on the nervous system. HIV can attack anywhere in the nervous system. Anywhere. But his own, instead of one hand, the two legs were gone. If you see this man today, you will swear this man has no HIV. This man, you will swear, not knowing, you will say, how can you put me that this man has HIV? He jumps, he drives, he does everything. A man that was brought into my clinic in a wheelchair. That is the greatness of Olome, Decent Olome, and Decent Ointment. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Okay, I had the testimony of the nursing sister here who said he went to the doctor, special heart physician, and she found herself, she had been operated by, and they said, go back. You understand me? Go back to the other man, that he will help you. You understand? And even the help didn't come forth until she went back to this one.
Yes, sir.
Take note of this. It is easy to jump to go to the hospital. If you go to the hospital like that, if you come out, God only helped you. The grace of God brought you out. Not that anything was done there. It's just the grace of God. The grace of God that brought you out. Because simply there is just chemistry. If those of you who went to secondary school, H2 plus O2 is equal to H2O. And they use it to purely chemistry. The innate power in Olome and Decent Ointment. Oh! is so beautiful. It will change the earth. The thing is that when you meet people who are educated, they pick the district of, they say, air freshener. I mean, what? This man is trying to deceive me. But forget it, there's no deceit in it. It is the power in that thing that does it. How can you treat glaucoma? You know what glaucoma is? Would you be able to treat it? You go there, they will tell you all kinds of stories and tell you that eventually you'll be blind. Eventually you'll be blind. But with this, no. That is the greatness of this liquid and ointment that we use. And if you are careful, you use it. Look, you yourself will be, that is, you have a true knowledge of the thing. But once the manifestation comes, hi! Nobody will tell you to believe it. Nobody. And that is how I have been. That is how I have been. There is no disorder that comes my way that we don't struggle. There recently a major killing. You know this the basal ganglia. We have coordination and the medulla oblongata, and where the coordination is. When he's walking, he can't measure. Just like that. So he can't walk on a straight line. He can't walk on a straight line. This straight line is easy. Why can't he walk in? He can't do that. In fact, he almost fell. He really fell in my place. He fell. After that, they told me the auricular disease. I told him, look, if you are going to get, because as he's coming to me, he's also seeing some physicians, some other in other hospitals. They told him it's his ear. I said, okay, don't go. They will poke something in your ear and you'll be in trouble. Don't go. I think he went. So he phoned me from Garkuwa and said, cold, because the man, being a soldier, he wants to show that he's a strong man. He will show his family that he's strong. Fine, everywhere. He said his waist and arm. So they took him to Garkuwa and they gave him injection. He now that what is a block? What does maybe Kasaflan or any of these universities? They block the nerve. They block the nerve from telling you that there is something wrong somewhere remotely. And when you get it, after 2 hours, it comes back. You see, I can see that so many people are trying. So I better cut off at this point and let you know that the title of this is the greatness of Olome and a decent Olome and a decent ointment. If you use it, there is no way you go out of the way. God bless you all.
So we really thank God for him. The physiotherapist from General Hospital, Reference Hospital, Kaduna, but retired, is now his own practicing. So we thank God for him. Somebody who is in the field, the person of Mr. Chike.
I want to thank the managing director of Onel Nigeria Enterprises, who has created this opportunity on the 15th of April for us to hear something that we have. Man to live. I started with myself. It's not talking or talking. You have to use it to see what you are talking about. I have a problem of prostate. And I have been using many different things, but there's no way out. But when I enter into start using this Olome and ointment, the problem gone. So we are not talking about something that you hear We talk of something you hear and put into practice and see the action of it. I used to tell people, try this product. Anywhere I go with it, I don't have fear. No matter the sickness, I will tell you, I have something that I've taken care of that your problem. Women with breast cancer and lumps in the breast, you use it there, it will go. Women with fibroid, I say fibroid, you use it and it will go. I have somebody, when you have problem, pregnancy problem, it will just come and go, just he will take in and off. He used this product, he's having the child. He called the name of the child Chige Mezu. The Igbo name Chige Mezu. That is God, what God promised will come to pass. I have some people also suffering from they can't walk. This same product is doing that. A woman in the poultry went to take fowl egg. You don't know that python there. It's play on the eye. He used this same product, Olome and ointment. That is the end of poison. I said poison. Even poison in the body, it takes care of it. The testifiers have said many things, but I have to say this. Anywhere you are, I have it. It's here with me. I go with it. I went to the bank on 11th. The bank there, the woman just cannot do anything again. What I did, they take me outside. I said, I have something to help the woman. They say, what is this? I said, I have something to make him to start walking. They say, After saying everything, they take the woman inside. I bring out the one I have. I use it upon the woman. I say, take this thing, spray it. Put outside, spray it, use it. The woman, after using it, he come back and start walking. I'm telling you, Union Bank, UBA, Headbridge. Then in my compound, somebody was dying. I say, what can I do? If this woman die here, what will I do? Police will come and say different things, and they come and carry people. I use this and I tell the husband, take it, spray upon this woman. After spraying it, told the woman inside. After spraying it, no more. Within 30 minutes, the woman gave me back. I put back in my pocket. The woman told me, 4 clothes, and it's well. He said, look, I don't have money, but I will buy this. I will buy this. Please, this is not something of talking, this is reality. This thing is the reality. When you have this product with you, you don't have anything. Headache of any type, it takes care of it. No matter whatever, you say you are having a high BP. I'm telling you, use this product. Use this pessimist. I used it to give to somebody. One man, I was driving a vehicle, somebody was carrying me lift. I told the woman. The man said, give it to me, 4,000. He gave the mother. The mother had been suffering, going to many hospitals. He called me on phone. He said, please, come. My mother wants to see you. And when I could say, my mother is very difficult. The woman said, sit down. Say, doctor. I said, I'm not a doctor. He said, doctor. I said, sit down. He said, bring something and give it to him. Say, I stay here. The man says, start bringing the drugs. Start bringing the drugs. I said, how much? I told him that if you can take the much of 20, keep only 20,000. When you can mother pack many. He said, but you told me 20,000. But my mother said, pack it. Follow me. Let me go and give you money. Then the woman is using it. The woman said, look, something in my body that was for years, he dictate it out and finish it. He said, my ways, all these things are going. Oh, I look at it. The son said, they have carried the mother many places. They have spent money. They have even used radio fire to fire his body. But no way. But this thing take care of it. He said, look, what are you people? We have this type of thing in Nigeria. I say it's made in Nigeria, in Kaduna. So God designed Kaduna to use somebody to solve the human problem. Please, I'm telling you, this is the only source that this problem has been solved. I met somebody. He came back. I was in the church after talking. The mouth not talking. From Cameroon. I told him about it. He used it and was thanking me in the night. One of my relations in the United States, the heart is in the hospital. They use a machine. I sent this thing to US, New York. The woman used it. They said, the mother is okay. They used it. They were surprised. This thing, you look at it. It's written here. Respiratory system. It takes care of respiratory system. It removes the mucus. The congestion in the heart. Whatever that blockage in the respiratory system, take care of it. So anybody telling me have any problem, I'm going with something that challenges any sickness. So we are hearing something today. Not hearing it, but putting it into practice. Use it to bath in the morning, then rub it over your body, go anywhere, put it in the pocket. Okay, somebody fainted. Immediately I saw it. We are going back from here. Then a vehicle hit somebody, the person fainted in the vehicle. Then I came out and I have it in my pocket. The outside man fell, no more movement. The police people have already come. They look, I bring it out. I spray it on the man. All over the whole body. Man, wake up. When the man wake up, the police, all the argument ended. We enter a vehicle and go from Obila. We are going back after. We came to a meeting, we are going back. So I'm telling you, somebody that was in hospital, Boromi Hospital, ask them. The man said, if my wife die, I will die. This woman has been very good to me. If the woman die, I will die. Say, there's no money. He said, he phoned their people at Nteje. He said, they bring money. He said, please don't go. You have something. He says, he's in coma. You use this thing. The man begged me. I said, oh, this man. He said, take my key. Take my key. Take my key. Bring this thing. So I gave him. He sprayed it on the woman in the coma. Sprayed the woman in the coma. The doctor said, what is this? He said, leave it, oh. Leave it. I'm training my wife, I beg. He prayed. The woman shit in hospital. And wake up on coma. The woman shit in the hospital. And ask for food. Stand up. This thing, Bromi Hospital. I may call names of people, but there's no need of calling people's name. What I'm telling you, we are not hearing something in vain. Go home and practice it. This is the only thing, oil and ointment, and this person was the greatest of all. High BP, this and this and this. If you like to taste it, I used to use it every day. You put it something, if the sugar is too much, put this thing there. It will neutralize the sugar, bring it to normal. If you test it, the sugar will not be how it's been before. To tell you that it will change everything that is in your body. So what I'm telling you is that not what we are hearing. Hear it and go home and practice it. Pile. I have my brother in Kaduna. I have pile. Problem. He's no more moving. He used it on pile. Gone. Pile. Gone. Which one will I say? Is it high BP? Gone. Is it this prostate? Gone. If you hear cancer that is ulcer that is stubborn, let me tell you how to treat stubborn ulcer. Rub it there. After cleaning out your body, rub it in the stomach. Use the oil ointment, make it to be slippery in your body. Then you start rubbing, stretching this one. Make like this. Continue to do it many times until you concentrate more. Stubborn ulcer will go. Stubborn ulcer. Because it's stubborn. It's not 2 times, 3 times. Constantly it will go. So when you have this in your house, you have got everything. Please, I want everybody, make sure you get this thing in your house. Use it every day. No, it can't cost you much. Somebody went and do operation in the eye and come back and say, Chike, since you gave me this, I use it after the operation. This one cured more in the eye than the eye problem I went. Spent thousands of money. He said, but big men will not like it. Big men will not like this. They say, come. You think you have it in Nigeria. How are you people not making it to be big? Look, big men will not make it. If they see this thing, they will take it. Actually, if you go to big men and let them have this, we don't go for money. If you go to big men and they have this and get away from their problem, no more. There was a man who had property at Abakaliki. He doesn't move. But when I use this thing, start moving. Say, look at my property. I doesn't go there, but now I'm going. Please, chicken. You come with your car. Please go. My jeep is there. My motor is there. Don't move. But now I will drop you to your place. I'm moving you now. Call my wife who is making noise. Come, give Chike something. I said, no. Give Chike something so that, I said, no, I'm going. I said, carry me. He said, I want my wife who is challenging this thing before to give you something because he was challenging that they have spent a lot of money in drugs. And no way, this one, he come with this one now. He said, I'm not money again. Spend 4,000 to start this. Say nonsense. But the woman now, they're calling me doctor. I said, I'm not a doctor. He said, you are a doctor. Don't say you're not a doctor. You are a doctor. When you have somebody to come and say you're not a doctor, you are a doctor. So I am very happy. Please, let's go home with something. Things that you can't forget in life. Thank you very much. See you. God bless you. God will keep you because this thing you are doing is helping every human being from head to toe. No matter who any level, big man and small poor people, this thing is helping them. Thank you, sir.
Do you appreciate him? He's a marketer, and you can see it. That's wonderful. So we're going to call somebody else. That's Mr. Eric Obi from Ebema. Well,
Mr. Chairman, the CEO of Honorable Uchechi Enterprises, Nigeria Enterprises Limited. His daddy, his mentor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Right. I appreciate all the people that have spoken because we've learned a lot from them. So, but my being here also, I want to make this a few points that I appreciate the CEO and the company. This product is made in Nigeria. Amen. It is you can't believe that this thing can come from Nigeria, but it's coming from Nigeria. And then it works. It is real. Also, the profit coming from it is high. That is for distributors. About 30% and above. Can't we clap our hands for such a business? And the bonus structure is something. And the office have been very, very faithful, paying it correctly. Are you following? So don't say, hey, what about Nigeria? It is wonderful. It's coming from a special person, and it's being handled specially. Myself, I'm a product of healing from the decent products. Specialists, doctors, the people they call high doctors, they call physicians, even from Israel. They saw me many with different matters and said different things. But he said they will not know how I'm going to be well. And I'm well by that product. Even my size, everything I used before to reduce it, I joined about 5 different companies to buy their products lower. My weight could not go down. It was so bad. I don't know when it's morning or when it's night. You see? But this is what God has brought to set those who will want to go free. Therefore, make use of it. Tell others also. A doctor in my place retired. He said, Eric, he said, if you have brought this in earlier, many of my friends and relations will not have died. I said, yes. Because himself, he was in a bad shape. But he's completely all right. And others, people are collecting the product from me, selling to others, and I give them commission. Because I told them register. They could not register. But they were so they know what has been working. 100 years, 100 plus old, 5 years not standing up. When it is spread on them very well, you see the person sitting at dining table with his family. Again, different things. Those who has catheter in their penis, it's removed. They ask doctor to remove it. And they start urinating with their body with past limits. Are you following? And all that is. Thank you so much.
You appreciate him? Okay, this, what is that man from, mentioned by, from 44? Joseph? I don't know. That, okay, Bulus. Okay, come in. Boy, and if you want to testify, please, you indicate by raising your hand after this. Okay. So he's coming. Can you clap for him?
Good evening, everybody. Is it afternoon? Okay. I'm very happy to come to this seminar because I was not working like this. This is the only medicine that I use, and the ointment and then the liquid. In fact, anybody who have problem and he say, this is just air fresher, you are wasting your time. Because most of people, Most of people say that it's just ordinary air freshener. I say, my friend, don't say so. If you want to be well, use it. Even though an air freshener, use it. You will well. And plenty of them like that. They use it and they get themselves well. As you have seen me now, I was not working like this. In fact, the man, he was so kind to me. He said we should see a friend. So when we are going, small time he go stop. I carry my stick. Small time he go stop. Then we come by and ask me, what is the problem? Then I tell him, this is my problem. He said, forget about it. I said, are you sure? I didn't read Taraba or collect medicine, no way. I go to Dekina, collect medicine, no way. No type of ointment that are not rubbed there. No type of native medicine where are not rubbed there. The bill I say, I'm adding it more than more. So please, anybody will be able to see this medicine anywhere, collect it. Not that until you sick, use it. It will help you. Sickness will not near you. Thank you very much.
You have shot him? Yes, sir. So if we have 3 minutes, just 3 minutes. Okay, you want? Okay. Okay, after this, you want? 3 minutes strictly. Moses. Obidema. From Moses.
I deem it a great privilege from the CEO to stand out here to give my little testimony of the same product. Even of what happened yesterday, so this morning. And I have the privilege to be a distributor with this company. And by the special grace of God, I have seen many people, like in our place, there's one man, a traditional ruler, Igwe Biofu, from Ihite. The man has a problem. So I took this Olome to the man. He has protests, he has different problems, even has entered into glaucoma, he can't even see. So one day I went to the man and I said, sir, I have something that when you start using it, definitely you will come out of your problem. He said, Obidema, you know I so much trust you because my wife is working with them. That whatever you say, I say, okay, this, if you do this, definitely you will come out of your problem. And ever since you go through, I've been using this. Everything about, in spite of his age, he's around 80-something years now. But that prostrate and whatever you call it, is no more with him. And my very self, I have my own problem. I call it, we'll call it hereditary. This waist pain. I just saw that in my late mother. So I've been suffering from this problem. But since I started using this product, I can jump, I can go anywhere, I can move around, I can bend down. Those problems left. So the last one happened yesterday. This morning, I have a brother here with me. I was coming from Umunze, from nowhere, headache, severe headache. I can't even understand what it is. So throughout the whole night, I could not sleep. So the brother has a Olome with him. So I said, okay. From that particular, say, around 12:01, sleep left me. But after spraying Olome all over my body, I didn't even know how the pains and everything left me.
Okay, Mrs. Mercy Ifemba, coming from Port Harcourt.
Mr. Chairman, his mentor, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm very happy to be present here today on the 16th of April for this seminar. The first I have attended, but I must tell you, I commend Mrs. Joy Onoja because I heard her testimonies from the field and I was motivated. I had a brief chat with her and I would say I stepped out. Then I wasn't registered, my husband was. So I was like, talking to people. And I had a friend, I didn't know she was an asthmatic. I used the word was because I can say she's no longer an asthmatic for 14 years. So I just met her and was like, there's a product. She said, bring. She didn't tell me what she was suffering from. So I gave it to her. She used it. After that, she called me. I'm telling you, in a month, she bought this product, 30-something thousand, and even registered before me. And she called me and gave me a testimony. She said, there's an elderly woman who bought this.
and told me she used to have attacks. So I'm telling you, it's not just physical healing. That since she used this product, say no more attack from anybody. So I thank God very much for it. The testimonies are all over. My very self here, it was from watermelon. I knew the magnitude of what decent products could do. This watermelon we buy and eat, I bought and ate. I didn't know it was poisoned. And that was the beginning of my problem. I coughed till the next day. And before I knew it, I was physically carrying my stomach and walking. But someone advised me, why don't you use it? I said, what is it going? How is it going to help me? I looked at my face in the mirror. I couldn't recognize myself again. But when I used this product for 2 days, that was the end. I used to be a dental patient. I've extracted teeth, not tooth. They know me in the clinic. I have many cards, specialists from Los Angeles and the rest of it. But since I started using this product, I'm telling you, it's going to 8 years. I have not entered a dental clinic. So I'm very happy for what this product is doing. I have an elderly woman who bought this product from me. She said, I want to know about it. So I told her, where is it coming from? She said, it's coming from Nigeria. I said, you mean Nigeria? I said, okay. If this kind of thing can come from Nigeria, say, Onya, yana chineke nonso. So these are the testimonies in the field. I cannot finish it. I have a most recent one. A woman I met somewhere, because as you see me, I'll tell you, I organize seminars virtually every day. Today I'm registered. People know me all over the place. I went to market with my little daughter. She asked me, Mommy, is this how you work in the market? You are waving, you are waving. I said, people have known me all over because of decent products. So I have a case of a woman whom I met in a shop with a little girl. I thought the girl was 3 years old. She was walking like this with wounds all over. So I introduced the product to her. She paid me right there, even without seeing the product. I went and got it and gave to her. And later on, she called me, say, Madam, this thing is magical. Do you know that my daughter, all the wounds you saw is gone? Thank you very much.
Do you appreciate her? That's something great. That's great. I want to call Mr. Timi Fasheke to come forward. He's bringing somebody that also will testify.
All protocols duly observed. I would like to give a little testimony with regards to this product. Sometime in 2014, I was in my office. I came out from the office, I met a lady. I wanted to talk to her about this product. Later, she became anxious. He said, you see, you will tell me something, and you have not told me. What is it? So I now told her a little bit about this product. I went home. I got a call. He said, can you come to my house by 8 o'clock? I said, 8 o'clock? He said, yes. So I took my bag and I went to the house. The patient is close to Dr. Joe's house. I don't know how they escaped. They missed him and met me. And I met the patient. She was suffering from diabetes, hepatitis, and BP. And that day when I met her, she was pale. And there's a way she was on the chair. You will know she was going. When I got there, there's one man, they called him Yangwa. He was also there. The place was full. The woman's husband's relations were there and everybody. And her sister was there. When I got there, they said, what do I have for her? I brought out my product. Immediately, Yangwa saw it. They said, Angama. He turned and was going. Then the woman, the husband had a little doubts. In short, had doubts. His sisters had doubts. But the woman's sister, younger sister, stood up and believed the product. She had not yet used it. Right there, made a call to another person, said, you have a problem. If you want to be healed, come. There's a product here. So I told the lady that went with me, whose mother happened to be here, to go in and treat this woman. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. The husband of this man came to my office almost weeping. See, my wife has hepatitis. Will she be healed? Now, she has diabetes, hepatitis, BP. Doctors say don't take carbohydrates. I know that carbohydrate is not the real cause of diabetes. Diabetes is infection of the pancreas. Now, the pancreas cannot produce insulin, or even if it produces insulin, produces active insulin. Now they say don't take carbohydrates. She's weak. How can she fight under sickness? The next moment they say she has hepatitis. Okay, she will not take protein. Then she has BP. What do you want for her? She should die. In the morning they can discharge her from the hospital. In the evening she's going back. Ladies and gentlemen, many times we have heard a lot of things. We have all heard stories. But this story now is going to come to life. I'm going to bring to the stage now my patient. She had diabetes, hepatitis, and BP, and she's healed. There's a difference. Now listen. There's a difference between healing and recovery. I want everybody to understand that now. When you are using this medication, the person gets healed. Certain things begin to happen. The person has to be patient for recovery. And as soon as recovery sets in, when everything is over, the person begins to add flesh. Ladies and gentlemen, can I call to the field Mrs. Michael? Can you please come to the stage? You see, if you go to her school, she had not gone to school for a long time. The day she went to school next, she was eating corn. And her boss told me, say, this one is eating corn. The next moment I got a call. He said he's using the products. I want her to tell the story. I want people to see this end product come to life. I want you to see beyond stories. I want you to see beyond theories. This is life.
Greetings to you all. I only give thanks to God Almighty first. And I thank God for the managing director of this company. The thing happened last 2 years ago, in 2014. So I was sick. And the sickness come with a fever. So I would think that it's a small thing. So from the fever, I went to the hospital. I was admitted for 4 days. And they diagnosed me. I say my level sugar is very high. And one side for my liver is infected. So I was in the hospital for 4 days in my area there. So as if I'm okay, I was discharged. So when I came back home, the thing worst. I was not myself. They have to rush me to another hospital again in Kakuri there. So stayed there for some days. And the doctor now said, my case is critical. What do they do? That is what they got out from my result, from my test. And they cannot do anything. That better maybe they would transfer me to 44 or I go to Abuja. I said, in which case, I said, I'm a Christian. I was just declaring the word of God. So my condition was very bad. So the reason that my husband was sharing tears, crying, that he said, I will go to die. I just told my husband, I said, I will not die. No, that God is preparing it, a better thing for me. So they have to discharge me that very day. And my process of discharging, I reached home. They said I should go to 44. So I was preparing the next day in the morning to go to 44. It was in the night. One of my sisters called me. He's a co-worker. He said I shouldn't go to 44. I should just wait for somebody. Somebody is coming to my house by 7 o'clock in the morning. I said, I said, okay. So I told my husband, I said, who is that person? He said, a medical basane. I said, okay, Daddy, you should come and try what he can do. So when he came in, I was thinking that he's going to bring some other medical things out and maybe he's a doctor. He brought something like a fleet. So, and I said, what the fleets do with what is happening to me? So he said, no, madam. So when in the process of talking, I was confused. I said, no, that what we are expecting is not this. That what would this one do with what is happening to me? So they said, calm down. He started explaining how the thing is. So my husband was confused. And my junior sister was with me there. He said, no, that this is not this matter. Because this one should look like all this mosquito fleeting. I said, okay. I said, to my man was telling me, I said, there's nothing God cannot use to do something great in somebody's life. So we are just talking about the product. The person that spoke last before I enter now. Entered. He saw this man sit down holding the ointment. He said, if it is this thing, we should continue. Immediately, I picked my faith, just come up. I said, okay, I will use it. My sister said, he will use it. My sister in law said, if something else, negative thing happen, you should not call her. I said, no problem. That God will help me. For good 2 weeks, I cannot eat, I cannot drink water. Anything I eat, I vomit it. If you see me like a mosquito, I look like an old woman. So when the man just said, okay, I should use it, I said, okay, let me just enter. Somebody that came with him that day, he came with a female, one of us, somebody that is working with him. So he said I should enter inside. He said I should naked myself. He flicked me all over the body. You see wound all over the world. Because down there, I was admitted, I was scratching my body. All over my body is wound. So when he was fleeting me, my body was peppering me, I was just shouting. He said, hold on, everything will be gone. So that very day, means I cannot be able to sleep for 2 weeks. And if I drink ordinary water, I will vomit it. That the first day in my life, I slept like a baby. I slept from in the morning, 8 o'clock, till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. When I wake up, I regain my strength. I asked for food. They gave me food. From that day, I thank God. This product is working. I don't know that I can stay till now and testify. But I'm wishing the day that let that day come, that the day I will come and testify what God has used this product to do in my life. And I pray for the managing director of this company that God has given him this wisdom as more grace to his able. In Jesus' name.
Do you appreciate him? Yes, sir. The big shaking, and also the person he brought to testify. Do you appreciate her? So, maybe seated. So, if you have any testimony, let us take few testimonies. Please, 3 minutes. Okay? Oh, so many people. Okay. Yes, come in.
I was in the church. I'm a winner. I'm from Living Faith. A brother, a deacon, was moving, finding difficult to walk. But I have some of these products in my bag. I gave it to him immediately. I said, sir, go to the washroom and spray it to your body. This man called me and said, if you see me, you can't recognize me again. I give God all the glory.
You have said here? You have something? This is I don't care from Kaduna. Yes, somebody is. So many. I don't know, maybe we'll make it 2 minutes. Because of the. Okay. Oh. Yeah, Mr. Hyacinth Abaka from Bise.
God bless you all. God bless my director and my daddy. My testimony is a very big one, but I will cut it short. There's one man who is living at Canada, in my place, Ninguru. His mom is a mistress. He took the mom to go to Canada for 4 times. Have high BP. And when they go, the hand they shake like say somebody push up. When he come by then, somebody tell him, one of our brother in our church here, Paul Mbata, he's living at Abuja. He phoned me. He said, bro, I said, waiting. He said, woman from their place. Nearly the man died, the mommy, that the one come to me, make us sell that our medicine. I said, okay, let him come. I don't know them when they are coming. They are nearby. Near my domot, they come with a vehicle. Innovator, bam, they come. The woman, the 2 people hold her hand, they come. You know the 50 worker. When they come, I say, mommy, what worries you? He said, the 2 legs, the bodies. He said, I know, see the hand they work. It don't go that over, see 4 times, you never hear. The woman they carry me inside the motor, 4 cartons of drugs, assorted. He don't drink another walk. I said, no, you are healed. He said, amen. He said, I talk about my language first. He said, okay, mom. He said, okay, my son, I agree, I will heal. I said, okay, your sickness is gone now. It's all right. I tell them now 4,000. The son said, no problem. I'm from Canada and I have the money. I will pay. As far as my mom will live. That he don't spend the money, he can take a beauty to upstairs. He know here. I said, okay, the mom will come inside. I said, Mama, he go take a lapa, put you here. The move your blouse. Your son is here. I go rubber for your chest and the belly here. He said, okay, my son. He's an elderly woman, about 60-something years. He remove my rubber and finish. After I rub and finish, he begin to do like this. Sleep, you don't catch him. I said, Mommy, want to sleep? He said, her body don't cool like ice water. I said, okay. Now, Mommy, get up now. He said, the body be like, say, they're inside the fridge. Since about a month, since he come back from Canada, when he sleep 1 hour, he get up. All the whole body scratch him. But now, she is here. Now, say, tell me. I said, okay, Mommy. After you rub for a leg, this is what I do real. This all me is the medicine we carry when you are going the road. Demons saw you will bow. Enemy saw you will bow. Whatever may be a sickness, if you can't see, they go. Have the faith and believe. The Lord, oh my, you have no problem. When the woman will take them there, where they carry, they go, come. Where they go, the woman, they go like this with them. They look me like photo. They carry and come. The woman now, last month, the son will come back. He go back when he don't heal. Coming back from Canada. On the airport, he get this phone. He come from my house. He said, my friend, I will do something to you. The thing what I will do, I will carry one of your son. When he come back next month, carry him go overseas. That the thing I do it for the mommy, he will never forget it. You see, he get this one in the airport. Say when he come, he will give it to me. He said, make I take. He have nothing. And he give me 10,000. Make I take, buy mineral and this.
Thank you very much. You appreciate him. So that's great. That's a great testimony. Somebody? Okay. Maybe we'll give 2 minutes. I've said it before. Okay, yes, one of you. Yes, come in. After that, you. The other one. That's Mr. Joseph Mando from Ghana.
My CEO, ladies and gentlemen, I have a lot of testimonies about AILMENTS, but I want to give this about doors. Last year, I did a little party behind my house. And at a point, I found out that because I started giving them doors, and they were very healthy. They were growing phenomenally. Within 3 weeks, I could see their legs that I'm going to get something out of it. Then I started noticing some dark spots on their skin. I didn't know that a boy living behind my house was poisoning them. Well, how was he doing it? He will draw syringe in a kerosene in a syringe and will be injecting them. But one day, I just opened my back door. Behold, he was there. I said, so it is you that is doing this. But thank God, because of the doors I was giving them, I got what I needed out of that little project. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph from Ghana. He's here in Nigeria. So we thank God for him. So next, there's Mr. Monde Paul coming from Kogi State.
My CEO, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. I certainly want to give this testimony about a decent product, beginning from myself. I used to tell my family, I said, do you see, I hardly fall sick because Decent AILMENTS is my friend. This testimony is about little boys that are living with me. They are twins. They're about 7 years now. They were 3.5 years when they came to me. Their mother told me that they have this ear problem. Medical, we call it otitis media. It used to bring pus. Both of them has that ear infection. And then when they came, we started treating this ear problem with antibiotics, different antibiotics, all sorts of antibiotics. It will go, after some times, it will come back again. It will go, after some times, it will come back again until we became tired. I said, but why can't I even try this decent Olome and see? Then I started applying it on them. Every morning we'll lie them down, put the liquid there, squeeze out the ointment a little bit and put it there, push a little bit of cotton bud inside of it. I'll lay for some time, turn the other one. That was what we were doing. Within 2 weeks, the whole thing left. And then now 7 years, we no longer get the recurrence of the ear problem again. That is one wonderful thing that it does. And secondly, I have a staff working in my little primary healthcare clinic. He had this anal hemorrhoid since his youth. So I told him, use it, because he went to hospitals. The last thing they told him was he was going to go through an operation to remove the something. So I said, no, don't go through that. I have something that can help you do this thing. I gave him the ointment and Olome. He used it.
Do you appreciate him? That's great. Please, give Mr. Tony Ogene from Obila, Edo State.
Matthew, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give this testimony to the glory of God of what happened. A friend of mine, a colleague, we do the same business. He was doing very well. Suddenly, for 2 years, I didn't hear from him. So somebody told me that, do you know that this guy is struck with stroke? I said, what? You mean it? I have to go and look for him. I went to Auchi. When I met him, he could not recognize me. Bro, it's me. That's all. I called Bra Moses. There's somebody with this stroke. How do I go about it? He told me, he gave me guidelines of what to do. He said, let him shave him, apply this thing, and then let's see. So I went early. I took because I have to, in fact, he was not in a position to even give me money. I have to now get the drugs, the Olome and myself, and I went there. I asked his wife, please, I've come for this man. He says, okay, they have treated him, they've done everything they could do. So the man was just looking at me. So I said, please, I want to let me massage him. After I applied the Olome, his son was there, and the wife left for her job. So leaving me, himself, and the son. Suddenly, after I finished applying the Olome, I did everything. I said, you are going to be all right. You are already all right. Yeah. So I said, it's okay. Tomorrow morning, I will still come back. I told his son that I'm coming back tomorrow morning. Then, it was on Friday, I went for service. I received 13 missed calls because I left my phone in my office. 13 missed calls. What happened? Immediately I opened, I saw a strange number. I said, this number, I don't know the number. I don't know that it's the wife's number. She was calling me. Then I called back. I said, yes, who are you? He said, is that Pastor Gene? I said, yes. He said, now, where is my husband? I said, your husband? I left him with the son in the morning. He said, no, I have to go and look for my husband for me. I can't find him. I can't find him. Then, you can't find him? I said, yes, I left you. Ask your son. I left 2 of them in the morning after the treatment. So not knowing that, immediately I left, he just got up and began to talk. That's the testimony. Began to speak. Then he started walking. And he was now walking to his village. Somebody who could not even get up started walking to his village. And they got him at somebody said he saw him near Afuze from Auchi. It was not a small thing. I said, I don't know. The woman said, you must look for my husband for me. Look for my husband for me. Then I said, what happened is that I now knew what really happened when the speaker here was speaking about the reviving. Not knowing that the dead says, came alive. And so the man just started walking going somewhere. When they later find him, he could talk. He said he wanted to see his people. It's been a long time. He wanted to see his people.
So, do you appreciate him? Do you appreciate him? That's great. Wonderful. So, somebody else? Okay. Yes. Another day is coming from a Badan.
Yes. My CEO. My testimony is this on Onel. I have a neighbor in a church compound. That neighbor, the wife got accident, very fatal one, January 16th. Okay, so she was rushed to the hospital. It was later that day we heard of it. When they greeted her, she broke one arm and her leg. So they started treating her, treated since that January. So we got to a spot, I introduced this product to the husband. The husband says he's wondering because the injury of the woman, that is the wife, he said the treatment is not, you see, there's no success at all. Because after treatment, there will be a lot of pus and all. Then I introduced this Olome. I said, take Olome. He said, will they allow you? I said, they will allow you. She's your wife. Apply and see. When you are convinced now, you can talk to them. Then he took it. So after the treatment, when they've left, he will spray it. Only to find out that the pus that is hiding inside begin to come out. They will meet the pus on the surface. First time, second time, So then he went to the nurses. He said, don't use any other treatment. Use this product to treat my wife. They argued. They went to meet the doctor. The doctor said, no, it's all right. Discharge my wife for me. Discharge her. Let me say no. Then use it. Then they start using it. Before they notice it, 3 days, he started moving the hand. The hand that cannot move. All the pus. Then, there is one important point of it. They said their own treatment, why it was not effective is that she used their cosmetics. So that's why. I said, use that product.
I had a very serious infection on my feet. That it almost took my life. But because of constant use of this Olome, it's now a complete history. Complete history.
So do you appreciate him? Shalom. Okay. Okay. We'll take 2 more tests. There are so many people. Shall we give them 1 minute? It's so much. Okay. Maybe you are the one that. Okay. A brother, a medical person, just like the other brother, Monday Paul.
And asked her to spray it on my back. And immediately she did that. The pain you don't know what it means. Even when you have such type of disc dislocation. It was so painful. But the moment that she applied that, I walked up as if I was not the person. So this thing is really working. When you use it, you must surely have a testimony. Thank you.
Do you appreciate him coming from Kefi? Okay. We'll take. Okay.
Thank you very much, my CEO and his mentor. Ladies and gentlemen, well, without further waste of time, just one testimony amongst many. You see, there's a kind of problem you have that has stayed for a long time. It looks as if it has become normal. You know, you don't bother about it. If it comes, you say it will go. And as long as I can remember, I've been having this waist pain. People even used to say it's not normal for a little boy like this to be having waist pain. But the waist pain is there, whether it is normal or abnormal. Anytime I bend down, any work that involves bending down or squatting, if I stay for some time to get up, I will take some time and stretch. And after some time, the pain will go. So since it wasn't doing anything to me beyond that, I felt it was normal. I mean, for years, as long as over 20 years. But when this product came, I decided to try it. I've been hearing testimonies. And after using it, you know, the kind of work I do involves very physical work. I do it and I finish and I go. And my fellow workers will be complaining. The next day I'll be the first to come. And now I'm completely well. And I'm so grateful.
Do you appreciate him? Adoption of 4 from Kaduna. So we thank God for this. Yes, let's. Maybe we take one. Because we can't today. If we won't go today, so all right. Okay, one. Let's see this. Huh?
I see you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as you see me standing here, a dead man can't come to seminar. It's a living man can come to seminar. About 2 years ago, I could have been somebody who is in the grave now, because my BP rises up to 200, and I don't even know that occurs stroke. And I fell down. I don't even know where am I. All my children, they came to my parlor was filled. My in-laws, everybody was filled in my parlor. I don't know when they invited all of them. So they thought that I have already died. But a brother came with this same product. I don't know. They are giving me testimony of this because I already gone. Then I use it on me and I woke up. That's my testimony. God bless you.
Okay, please, that's the next person. Noah Halidu.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to give this testimony, my chief executive. December 10, last year, I had an accident just here in this ankle. And the accident was severe with my 190, and that car was written off because the impact was so great. I went to buy newspaper. I was coming back, and another vehicle loaded down with a heavy truck, load on it, rammed into me. And my safety then was, God used the safety belt to help me steady. While the whole car, the chassis bent, and the engine, one of the legs went off, and I sent Olome and ointment. And among the people there, I was pulled my shirts, and every part of my back and front was rubbed. I didn't know the severity of the impact. It was in the night that the pain started raging all around my body, and my neck hardly could turn. But the grace of God that sent that product protected me. It could have been worse. So I thank God for decent products.
Do you appreciate Donatus from Oka and Noah Halidu. That should close it. I think that should be okay. I don't think you have questions to ask. You still have questions to ask after these things? Is anybody who have questions? Because we are taking a lot of time. You have questions still after all these things. I don't think anybody has questions. If you must have a question, okay, let's hear you. To ask. If you must have a question to ask, I don't think you should have questions. I think your question should be answered by various testimonies. You should have been answered. So thank God for this, for your coming and your behavior, your cooperation. We thank you for different ones. So we are going to pray, and now we move to something else. For the people that are distributors, they will wait, maybe just for a short time. Then the others could go. Thank you very much. And then we invite God's holy apostle, my daddy Reverenzo, to pray for us. Thank you very much for this. Thank you, sir.
Let us pray. Precious Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus Christ, thank you indeed for the success of this seminar. Lord, thank you indeed. Reverend Bartholomew Hariro has asked me to pray, and I'm praying. I commit the people into your hand. As you brought them here, take them home in peace. Amen.
Thank you, sir. So we have closed. Now, distributors or anybody, if you are interested, that is now for distributor or health promoters. Distributors are now called health promoters. The other people can go home, go back, amen, because we are closed. So that is it. Other people can go home. We have closed.